My friends, this is, I think, the challenge to us as a church today to ask ourselves on a regular basis, what good things have we taken in our lives and turned them into idols? The reason I'm sharing this message, of course, with you on the 4th of July or the Sunday of the 4th of July is because I think one of the problems that we see that has become very clear and very apparent in our society is that we have turned an awful lot of things in our life in the 21st century in the United States of America into idols that are creating situations and circumstances that are robbing us as a community of our well-being and our flourishing. And so, for example, it seems clear to me that we have fallen very easily prey to worshiping wealth as an idol. And while we worship wealth in the United States as an idol, our streets are filling up with hungry and homeless people who don't have enough. Or maybe we are worshiping our freedom as citizens of the United States, and in worshiping our freedom, we have somehow forgotten that our black and brown brothers are brutalized and arrested and incarcerated in this country at rates that far surpass those of white Americans. And so while we worship freedom, there are others in this country today who do not have the freedom that we celebrate on a day like today. I want to share a tough quote with you. This is a quote from Frederick Douglass, who was a black American who was actually born a slave and went on to become one of the most important black scholars and leaders and thinkers of his time. And Frederick Douglass, on July 5th, 1852, was invited to give a speech for the 4th of July weekend in Rochester, New York. And this is a quote from the speech he gave. This is Frederick Douglass, a black American who had been born a slave and asked to give this speech on 4th of July weekend. And here's what he said in his speech. "What, to the American slave, is your 4th of July? I answer, a day that reveals to him, more than all other days in the year, the gross injustice and cruelty to which he is the constant victim. To him, your celebration is a sham, your boasted liberty an unholy license, your national greatness swelling vanity, your sounds of rejoicing are empty and heartless." My friends, these words were uttered back in 1865, but today I want to put forth to you for your consideration the fact that today, in 2020, your black brothers and sisters in this country are saying the very same thing. That on this 4th of July Sunday, while we celebrate our freedom, for them, freedom is not something that they have yet to taste in the United States of America. And it's our job, I think, as Christians, especially in a church like ours that is predominantly white, to ask ourselves every time we gather, have our gatherings, have our celebrations become an idol to us? And therefore, have we lost sight of those in our community who are crying out for freedom, for justice, crying out for people to help them in their time of need?